I am out here living my best life. We just moved into our new place and we have literally nothing, but I was taking the dog for a walk this morning. He's annoyed with me because I got distracted. But look at it. I need you guys to understand, like, Marion berry galore on our property. So that means it's free to forage. Look at it. Look at it. Ah! So I am gonna be making jam. We're making jam, okay? I'm gonna make preserves. I feel my ancestors. I feel my grandmother. My grandmother Carter speaking to me. Jam must be made. Make the jam. All right, that's all. Bye. Have I ever foraged? No. But we're trying something. How did I know which ones to pick? Hairspray, the musical. There's a line that one of the characters say in a song: "The darker the berry, the sweeter the juice." So I grabbed the darkest berries. Oh, I can't make this stuff up. That was actually the sweetest one I had. Oh. So I'm gonna see what I can make with this. And I'm thinking I'm gonna wash them and make preserves because why not? I came home and my husband saw me and he was like, "Why are you bringing home all these berries?" I was like, "This is who I am. It's who I was meant to be." All right, talk to you later. Oh, don't lose them. Don't lose the berries. You don't want to lose the berries. Just gluten free. I admit. I just look at that.
Is my glue still small? My glue is still small. Why is my glue so small?
All right, let's see what we got going on here. The moment we've all been waiting for.
That's good.
We're doing some things. It's in the pot. Y'all, it's in the pot.
Oh, that's 10 out of 10.
Fresh forage this morning. I have slowly spiraled. I'm not gonna lie. I started off with just picking berries this morning on a whim. Wasn't planning it. Just saw them and was like, I'll grab these. I could do something with it. Then I made jam. See the jam. Know the jam. Jam is resting. Super excited about it. Now, for some odd reason, I have decided to make gluten-free vegetarian biscuits because I need something to go with the jam. Am I doing any of the other things that I really need to do today? No. Is this making me really happy? Yeah. Is my ADHD going wild? I'm slightly concerned, but I'm here for the ride. All right, talk to you later. This is my truth, don't judge me. I'm gonna be making all-purpose gluten-free biscuits, and I have literally one tray, one pan, and these guys are kind of like my glass measuring cups right now, and I've got those to make the little circles, so I'm gonna use that. we working it with what we got. We rocking what we got. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take this and break the eggs up in it and whisk up the eggs and then add the egg mixture to my vegan buttermilk that I made from home. We're gonna see how that worked out because I ain't never done that before. But YouTube, you too can do YouTube. At this point of the recipe, we're just gonna call it weird science because I found out that you need a baking soda and I don't have baking. No, you need baking powder and I don't have baking powder, but I'm gonna use baking soda and a acid agent to kind of open up the baking soda so that it can rise. Okay, well, the baking, yeah. And then you need like half a cup of butter, but look who has not a half a cup of butter. And we don't have any more butter in the refrigerator, so I'm gonna use a little bit of this guy here and a little bit of this guy here. We swear by this guy. We've loved him. Please sponsor us, we love you guys. And then I used Himalayan pink salt, extra fine. So right now we are trying things. Let's see how this comes out. I don't know if it's supposed to do that, but I'm also experimenting. This is judge-free zone, just remember that. Judge-free zone. What I think I did wrong was I added an extra egg because the lady who I was following, she said that her recipe had Greek yogurt, but I don't got no Greek yogurt. So I was like, well, another recipe added an egg. And I was like, well, so I cracked the egg and I was like, this doesn't look like a half a cup of Greek yogurt. So I was like comparing them and it was too moist. And so I messed up. I'm not gonna lie. But don't tell nobody. We're gonna see how it comes out. It might be the one. It might be the one. We don't know. So we just gonna pray and trust Jesus on this one because I know I'm in over my head. I know. This is, we out here in these streets doing things because why not? You know what I mean? I spent a lot of my life trying to convince myself I was good enough to do things that I wanted to do, or kind of telling myself, giving myself limitations on what I could do because of my ability to focus or finish things, instead of letting my creativity run free. And for the first time in a long time, I'm actually in a spot where I really don't feel tethered by anything or anyone. This right here feels so organic, right? Even though I'm trying to figure it out as I go, it reminds me of my grandmother. It reminds me of my mother. It reminds me of my sister. And so I'm here. I'm being present in the moment where I'm at, you know what I mean? And trying to figure it out. No, yes, all the cabinets are open right now. No, just the one at the back. I've been trying to be good and do like how my stepdad says. He says, clean up as you go. And then you won't have to clean up so much. So shout out to Reggie because Reggie is the coolest human that you don't know yet. But you're going to figure it out. Because I'm pretty talkative about him on here. So here's some of the dough. I'm kind of taking the scraps and turning it into more pieces. How far am I supposed to make this? I mean, she said about an inch thick. I don't got no rolling pin, so I'm just like, we just figuring this out. You know what I'm saying? We just figuring this out. There aren't rules here, okay? I'm just doing like how I saw my grandma do, and I'm kind of doing it by feel at this point. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of feeling it out. So I don't have nearly as much gluten-free bread, gluten-free flour that I thought I had. I have so I made it gluten-free-ish. Now my goal as a person is to kind of go further in gluten-free, but my husband's not there yet. So we still have some gluten things here in the home. And we'll use them as substitution as long as my diet right now. My focus is to make sure that my diet is at least closest to 95% gluten-free. And so everything else that I eat, like when it comes to like noodles or like spaghetti or ramen, I'm always watching to see if it has gluten in it, you know, or whatnot. But in this particular situation, I started the whole recipe, so it's predominantly gluten-free, but because of that extra egg that I, you know, did something with, had to add more flour, and I have more unbleached flour than the gluten-free flour because it's expensive. We gotta figure that out. I want to buy things in bulk, you know. So here we go. Now that all of them are all separated, I gotta wash this pan and then dry the pan, oil the pan, then put these guys on the pan so that I could put it inside of the oven. I don't have parchment paper. We ain't rolling like that. We just doing what we need to do, you know. I might butter the pan. That might be a good idea instead of the parchment paper. But I'll be back to you, okay? Look at God, look at God. I got another, this is gonna drive me nuts. Let me close these. I got another baking pan. It's not the same kind of baking pan. It's Williams-Sonoma. But that'll do, pig, that'll do. So, if you know, you know. Buttering it down. And I'm buttering the pan. And I'm buttering the pan. Buttering it down. Butter the pan. Butter the pan. The buttering of the pan. Yeah. Butter. Then we spread out all of the biscuits. You're spreading out the biscuits. And okay, so at this point, the song was getting kind of cringy. So I went ahead and I sped it up as I'm placing the biscuits on the on the pan. Apparently, I was having a good old time in the Lord, praying over my biscuits, asking God to help my biscuits to come out together and to come okay, and start talking about how God was gonna make it all right. And I don't know what I was on yesterday. Y'all have patience with me. Then I got philosophical and deep and started telling deep stories. And you know what? I'm going to just cut it here, and so we can go and see the end, because this is getting longer than most of my videos. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Like she's a special case. Alrighty. And now they go into the oven. Right, here we go. We're going to try it. So the experiment, it did things. It is edible. Is it not edible? It is edible. The jelly, top tier. Oh my God. It's all gelatin and stuff. It's like doing the things that jelly's supposed to do. But we got to work on this gluten-free biscuit recipe. So stay tuned. We're going to try it another time. But do you think the jelly, the Marion blackberry jelly experiment went well? He said that, you know, this kind of tastes a little bit more eggy, but I'm pretty sure that if we put a sausage on it,
You got some sausage on it. It's gonna taste like a breakfast sandwich.
breakfast sandwich. So we out here. Have a good one. Bye bye.